Hello everyone! Almost half a year has passed since the last devlog, and although this big break was not initially planned, we are thrilled to share our progress with all of you today. Development has been steadily moving forward the past 5 months, and today's devlog is a recap of the major work that has been done. My name is Simon, and I'm the game director here at Far North Entertainment. Welcome to devlog number 13, A New Foundation. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for future updates. More frequent than twice a year. Let's get going. Allow me to first briefly explain why the YouTube channel has not seen an activity for such a long time. In February this year, we signed an agreement with an IT consulting firm here in Gothenburg, which secured funding for our project for about 18 more months. However, this means that only 2 of us are working on the game full time, making a weekly devlog a proportionally much bigger chunk of our development time, and hence it was not prioritized. Going forward, we will try to maintain at least monthly updates on what is being worked on here on YouTube, and also up the frequency of blog posts on our website. And now on to the actual devlog. An additional reason for the devlogs not being prioritized is that this spring has seen a lot of purely technical development. In other words, these are features and implementations that are not visually interesting in any kind of way. And here are just a handful of the more major implementations. The first major feature is the implementation of the Entity Component System, or ECS system. This Entity Component System is a completely new way for us to implement the enemies and the entities of the game. And it is part of Unity's new data-oriented technology stack, which is also known as DOTS. The main reason for implementing this is that it vastly reduces the pressure on the CPU when spawning and simulating the zombies. A new animation system has also been implemented. This new system transfers the vast majority of workload for animating the zombies to the graphical processing unit instead of the CPU, again improving performance a great deal. The Entity Component System and this new animation system means that we can have 20,000 zombies simulated at once while running the game at 60 frames per second, even within the Unity editor. And the goal is of course for anyone to be able to play this game without us compromising the hugeness of the zombie hordes. There have also been some network optimizations going on. Most importantly, we have designed the data transfer of zombies on a bit-by-bit level. And we are also batching entities and entity events such as zombies dying and being spawned in order to reduce the number and the size of the network packets sent. A new custom collision system was also developed, and we did this in order to be able to move the whole collision system from the client thread or the view thread to the server thread. And we decided to move the collisions of enemies, objects and projectiles in order to reduce inconsistencies that would arise due to poor connectivity or high latency. And now for the perhaps most interesting part of this section, which is the XML based content of the game. All objects within the game are now scripted by using external XML files, which will be exposed to the players. Here's a quick example of such an XML entry. This is a potato, which I implemented last week when trying out the new hunger system, which is the most recent feature we are trying for the game. And as you can see, the potato is an item, and this means that it is kept within the player's inventory. There are parameters that control how big it is within the inventory, how many potatoes can be stacked in one slot, and much more. The item system has also been made into a component-based system. As you can see in the component section of this XML entry, the potato has an edible component, which, when present, allows the player to eat it. It also has a cookable component, which means that it can be processed within a processing unit in order to transform it into something else, in this case, a baked potato. There are no limits to the system from a data perspective. You could attach a weapon component to this potato and make it shoot grenade explosions which scream "subscribe", and it only takes a matter of minutes, without any prior game development experience. The goal is to make everything in the game moddable, but also to make content creation and development fast and smooth for us. Of course, there's also been progress made in terms of gameplay features. The first one being procedurally generated worlds. Every time you start a new game session, a new world is generated, and the world is divided into height values, and each height has its own biome definition which defines what objects it may contain. Right now there are, for example, a forest biome with lots of trees and dense vegetation, as well as a sandy biome which mostly contains rocks. Another feature is the world map. One issue that we discovered while playtesting was that the world was hard to navigate, which made it hard to come up with effective plans for progressing within the game. A map was therefore implemented which displays the player's position as well as key locations on the map, such as the player's base, the various sites of the map and certain objects of interest. And these objects of interest are discovered and added to the map as the players explore the world. Another new feature that you might have recognized from the footage already in this devlog is the day-night cycle. And at the moment it only affects the temperature of the world and the visuals of the client, but the plan is to make the difference between night and day very important. So, for example, we might make the zombie hordes more vicious and stronger during the day. Events have been implemented, and these are scripts that, for example, spawn zombies, destroy objects, or play sounds and visual effects during runtime due to some kind of trigger. And right now the most common trigger is the player interacting with some kind of object, for example, the airdrop as you can see in the current footage. The final feature I will go over in this devlog is the site. The site is an urban area, which is built and saved as a file within the map editor, and then it is randomly placed and generated within the world during world generation. The site has a corresponding XML entry which defines how dangerous it is, what events it may trigger and what rewards it may generate. As already mentioned, these are just a handful of the improvements, overhauls and additions that have been developed during the last 5 months. Going forward, we will up the frequency of updates both here on YouTube and on our blog, so that we can discuss our work in greater detail. I hope you have enjoyed this quick recap of what has been going on, and if you did and want to stay around for more information, hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a great summer. I see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone. I thought it would be a fun idea to show you a bit about how it looks here at Farm of Entertainment in our little office. So yeah, basically here we have the lounge room or the main room of the office. Got some sofas and couches here. Got a little gaming tower going, a GameCube, a Wii U, stuff like that, some board games. In here we have the art room. This is where Kevin, also known as Duappe, and Richard, Captain Chestrug, do all of the graphical stuff. They got fancy drawing boards, etc. Got some beautiful art of the game director going on here. Then in our other room, this is where the tech people hang out. So you can see it's a Saturday, so I'm alone here at the office today. And here is where Jimmy, our CEO, sits. Anders, our CTO. And this is of course my office space right here. Got the video editing going on here. Some audio editing stuff. It's a beautiful summer day today out in Gothenburg, and this is the view from the office. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For kitchen and stuff, we share that with a couple of other companies here that have their stuff on the same floor as us. Got some coffee going here.